Macca's Guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here, continuing with the Resident Evil 4 Remake Collectibles Guide. Now on Chapter 9, near the beginning of the chapter, we can walk forward and grab the Castellan. Now this is a little bit of a hedge maze, but our goal here is to grab all three of the flags. But if you navigate kind of on the one main path away from all of the flags and the levers, at the very end there is a dead end where you can find, I believe, some ammo on a bin here. But if you also aim in the dark corner, you'll be able to find a Castellan. I already shot mine, so you won't see it. Now, as you navigate the hedge maze and you work your way towards the lever in the kind of bottom right corner, you'll pass by this fountain. And instead of going underneath the kind of small bridge, turn to your left to find this hidden pocket room. Inside, finding a vase which you can smash, I believe ammo inside, and an elegant chessboard. Now the next step you want to do, once you've actually opened up all of the levers and have the main door open, at this point you should be able to actually navigate backwards to an area that we were in earlier in the game, I believe in the last chapter. However, we were there without Ashley, and now we have Ashley, so we'll be able to gain access to an area that we weren't previously able to gain access to. What you want to do is you want to run towards the merchant, and then you'll end up in this area where you first met the kind of guy in the red cloak with the crimson lantern. And then what you want to do is jump down into the pit and go through the crimson lantern doors, finding a hole in the wall that you can boost through in order to find a treasure inside. Watch out, there may be an enemy that attacks you here, so keep that in mind. But once you do get the boost done and the doors open from the other side, go inside and grab that treasure. You then want to head back to the courtyard and enter into the Grand Hall, which is where most of this mission takes place. As you enter, directly in front of you and a little bit to your right, you'll notice a statue with a container hanging from its hand with Alexandrite inside. Not far from this Alexandrite, there is a door. You can enter through that door and look on the desk to your right as you enter in order to find a merchant request for destroying the blue medallions. Additionally, you'll find an elevator in here. You can take this elevator ride and work on shooting ranges 2A, 2B, and 2C, which you will now have unlocked. Now, from the merchant room, we can go and destroy a couple of the blue medallions. Walk out into the Grand Hall and go back towards the door we entered from, looking to your left while going in this direction, and you'll find one hanging up on the wall. Then go down the hall, and at the very end where you have to input the 3 statue heads, there should be another blue medallion hanging near the pillar in the back. Make sure you get all the collectibles up until I tell you before putting the 3 statue heads on the platforms. Additionally, here you can find another merchant request called More Pest Control for shooting 3 rats, and then you can enter through that door and find a rat pretty much directly in front of you as you enter for your first of 3. Then we can go deeper into the Serpent Head room. There's a puzzle here you'll have to solve by ringing 2 of the right bells in order to open up the cage and grab the Serpent Head. But at the very back end of the room, between the blinds, you can find your next medallion, so make sure you do that before grabbing the Serpent Head and leaving. We then go back into the Grand Hall, and there's another blue medallion we can shoot here, hidden inside of the main chandelier. If standing on the podium where the 3 statue heads go, you can find it slightly off to the right. You can also go up the stairs to get a little bit closer to it. Additionally, if we then go up these stairs and through the door on our right hand side, we can find a small key which we'll be able to use to open a drawer later on. The key can be found inside of this desk on the left hand side, and then you can move forward towards the lion's head. So go down this hallway, turn to your right, and do not drop down into the center yet. Instead, go to the right and then look in this little alcove to find your next blue medallion. You can now drop down, grab the lion's head, and complete the fight. After grabbing the lion's head and opening the gate with Ashley, you can walk forward and you should be able to spot a rat at the end of the hallway, although it does walk back and forth, so don't worry if it's not there for you, just wait a couple seconds. Additionally, inside of this chest, we will get the cubic device, which is a key that we can use to open up certain compartments. You'll then loop back into the Grand Hall with 2 of the 3 statue heads. So let's go and revisit the merchant room now that we have the cubic device. And in the corner, you can use that cubic device to open up this kind of, I don't know, chest. And all you'd have to do is line up the correct shapes, put the cube in, and inside you can find a butterfly lamp, which you can inlay gemstones in and sell. Now, additionally, in this merchant room, there's this side door here. And if you go through this side door and down the stairs, you'll be able to basically fast travel back to the castle we came from earlier. So we're going to do this because now that we have a small key in the cubic device, there were 2 collectibles that we left behind we couldn't grab earlier. After the little cart ride, go through the main door in front of you, through the next door, and then take a left-hand turn through the large doors. There will be a bunch of enemies here I've taken out, so feel free to do so as well. Now that you have taken out all the enemies, walk forward and look to the right near the middle of the room. You'll find a drawer where you can use your small key to gain access and find the gold bar inside. Additionally, in the corner of this room, there is a smaller room, and you can use the cubic device, solve the puzzle to open it up, and inside you will find what I believe is called the Justitia statue. You then want to backtrack using the fast travel back to the kind of grand hall, and here you want to be able to move towards the gallery, which is connected via an upstairs door. Once you go inside of the gallery, you'll see the last statue head, but there will be a large fight that you need to complete. Once you complete that fight, you should be able to come up a ladder, and you have to interact with the lever that I interacted with at the beginning of the clip in order to complete the level. After you interact with that lever, you can just backtrack and go underneath the bridge in order to find the yellow diamond. Additionally, you can also go close to the statue head and then turn around to where we entered from to find our 6th blue medallion. Make sure you shoot that before grabbing the final statue head. Only once you grabbed all of those collectibles should you put the 3 statue heads in, as doing this will cause you to have to play as Ashley. Follow the main path until you reach the bunch of keys. You'll need to grab these as a part of main story progression. And then you'll be able to come down the stairs, and there will be these knights who come and try to kill you. And what you'll need to do is you can go to the left as soon as you spot the first one, down the hall, and then crouch through the bookcase, going inside to find a chest with the elegant perfume bottle inside. Use the 2nd key to open it. You'll then use the 3rd key to go on an elevator ride, and near the top, Ashley will have to kind of open up the doors to get on out. And once you do this, you should notice a little bit of a cutscene, and there is a treasure just after this cutscene, which is the Sapphire. So after that cutscene, just look towards where we have to go, and there's a small little secret path in these bookcases, and a treasure chest at the end of them with the Sapphire. You can use the 4th key to open it up, by the way, if it's not obvious. After this, our main objective is to grab the Salazar family insignia. We'll need this as basically a key to be able to reach and meet up with Leon. And what we need to do is we need to go through the 3 clocks and use them basically as doors to get to the kind of final area where we can grab that insignia. And not far from that insignia, there is a treasure, which is the emerald. To open up the clocks, you need to input the time 11:04 if you are on the normal or assisted difficulty, and the time 7 if you're on hardcore or even professional difficulty. There will be 3 clocks, and it's a somewhat linear path through them, but I'll keep the gameplay on so that you can see exactly where to go so you don't get stuck. The important thing here is that all of the enemies will one-hit you, so you do have to be a little bit careful, but you can use the left trigger to shine your light on the enemies, which will basically temporarily freeze them. Again, all 3 solutions to the clocks are 11:04, and after you use them, they will ding and then open up. Make sure no enemies attack you from behind as you're waiting for them to open. At the end, there will be a elevator. That elevator will take you into a room where I'll rejoin you with commentary. In this final room, we'll have to toll 3 bells, so I'm just going to work my way around the room clockwise from where we entered. So close and to the left, and then further and to the left, far and to the right, and then close and to the right. Making sure you don't get attacked by any of the knights that you are awakening as you toll these bells. If they get a little bit too close for comfort, make sure you use that left trigger to shine the light onto them. That will freeze them, but your goal here is to get through the door that you just opened on your way to the Insignia. As you cross through this door frame, you should be safe because of the blue flames inside this room. The enemies can't follow you in. Go around the pieces of wood to reveal a chest, using the first key on this chest to find the emerald inside, and then grabbing the insignia down the hall. Thank you for watching. Hope this video was helpful. Special thanks to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. I'll see you soon. Peace.